Good morning, Prachi.
Good morning.
I think just 2, 3 of us.
Morning. Should I read?
I'm just trying to figure out why the book is not coming. The Vedanta book is opening.
No.
Okay, so we are on our 21st week. I'm
Yes.
happy to read if you're okay. I mean, I could read.
No, I can read.
Super.
Becoming a master of creation. Good morning, everyone. Becoming a master of creation. You have free will. This can't be overemphasized. It squarely places responsibility on you for your life and what you experience. No one can take that away. No one can usurp your free will unless you willingly give them that power. Even that is your exercise of free will, and you can reclaim your power at any time. All that the concept of free will means that you are free to think whatever you want, and you will manifest the corresponding experience. Free to think will manifest free will. By now, you know you have two choices of the thoughts you can have. Those you create are one of your choices, those that are part of God's grand thought that created the universe are another choice. Suppose you're hiking through the mountains and you come across two lakes to quench your thirst. One is small, stagnant with pungent stench. The other is large, clear, cool, and refreshing. Which one will you drink from? It is, of course, your choice. Drink from the stagnant lake, and your experience will be uncomfortable, maybe even nauseating. Drink from the clean, cool lake and immediately be refreshed. Furthermore, the clear lake gives you energy, vitality, and alertness to carry you on your trip quickly. Its invigoration opens up new vistas for you to experience. That is the choice you have with your thinking. Choose your limited, fearful, judgmental thoughts, and you experience discomfort, even illness. But choose the unbounded sea of God's thought, and you can only experience God's qualities. You do not relinquish your free will when you freely choose to use God's thought. Quite the opposite. When you choose to think of your fear ridden creation, you quickly become its slave. You are bound by the boundaries you set up. You experience illness. You experience loneliness. You experience poverty. You are afraid and you distrust others. You feel fragile and vulnerable. These illusions enslave you. In that condition, you cannot continue on the road of life, freely making choices and freely experiencing the infinite games of love, abundance, peace, and happiness. God's thought guarantees your free will. Within that thought are infinite right choices. They are right because the choice of thought always leads to an experience of God's qualities. It is everyone's choice to be happy, to be wealthy, to be loved, and to have successful projects. That being the case, there really is only one choice, the choice to dive into the vat of love called God's thought. In that vat are infinite choices for you to play and replay the mighty game of creation with the experience of God's qualities. Don't jump into God's thought, and you will experience only what you can imagine. Your choices are limited by your choices are limited by your own limited awareness. likely bound up in some fear. You can easily foresee what kind of experience will result. That is the essence of this course. You have learned to correct your thinking. You do it by being unified with your whole self and receiving its guidance. You know now you now know a sure way to find out what thoughts need correcting and how to correct them. You have a sure way of manifesting your true desires. At this point, it is easy to lapse into complacency. Beware, even with this grand knowledge, you must be ever vigilant and diligent in your thinking. It becomes more and more automatic to be tuned into God's infinite resources of thoughts. However, at this delicate stage, the voice is like an FM tuner that drifts from its station periodically. Unless you stay on top of that tuner, you may start hearing another station without even knowing it. Be diligent in your thinking. Refuse to think anything that is clearly the illusion of your making. A sure sign that you are bound up in illusion is that your thoughts are drifting into the past or into the future. Neither exist. What you remember and imagine took place is at best fragments and pieces. It bears little resemblance to truth. In all likelihood, you are dwelling on it with some fear that it will or will not repeat itself. Fearful thoughts can only give an unhappy experience. The future is just as illusionary. It clearly is your fantasy. Usually, your thoughts of the future also have an element of fear that something will or will not happen. Thoughts of the future and the past are sure signs that you are dwelling on an illusion. Get off it immediately. Change your thinking. Swing back into the present. Listen to the present sounds. Smell what's around you. Look, it is all exciting. The thoughts of God are only in the present. There you experience His qualities. If you notice thoughts of poverty, snap out of it. Think abundance. Count your blessings. Dwell on all the things you do have. Feel affluence. Only with these thoughts can the experience of wealth manifest. And for heaven's sake, never joke about being poor. If you notice thoughts of not being loved, snap out of it. Send out thoughts of love to everyone and everything around you. Know that you love yourself. Feel that love. Only with these positive thoughts of love can you manifest the experience of being loved. If you notice thoughts of failure in your activity, snap out of it. It is crucial for success that you think success. Visualize that you are presently a successful person in what you are doing. Whatever you are doing at the moment, know that it is successful. Whether it is washing the car or the dishes, eating a meal, shopping, or putting together a business deal. For that present moment, know that you are successful. Get in the habit of living successful present moments. Be careful and vigilant not to dwell on the future. Stay only with the present. The future never comes. You must now be ever diligent in your thinking. Whenever you lapse into the illusion, return again and again. Never tire of returning to God's thought. Most of the time, you know when you are not thinking correctly. All these week, give particular attention to this. Practice diligence. You have free will to turn your thoughts and experiences around. Of course, your higher self is there for a helping hand, guiding you now with stronger and stronger intuition. Listen and act on that reliable intuition. Besides your intuition, you may have noticed some physical body signal from your higher self that tells you about a negative thought. It is usually uncomfortable, and when you get it, you just know that what you are thinking or doing is inappropriate. All this week, during your quiet period, ask your higher self to feed you your negative signal. Then sit back and experience that sensation, movement, or whatever. Becomes very familiar with it and allow it to speak to you in your activity from now on. Whenever you get it, immediately make the correction in your thoughts and action that you know is called for. You are rapidly becoming a true master of creation. Your creation is filled with only success, wealth, health, love, and peace. All of God's qualities are yours to experience always. Thank you.
How wonderful. Amazing. More power to everyone. Let's meditate. Our back straight. Our postures checked. Hands in a comfortable resting position. Eyes closed. Soft smile on our faces. And let's inhale love. Feel the love pulsating in our bodies. As we exhale love, we feel loved and we feel loving. We are love. Inhale light, the light that dispels the darkness within. And as we exhale the light, we share it with the world. We share our light. Because we are light. Let's inhale creation, creating something inside, a new change inside in thoughts. And as we exhale, we share the creation with the world outside. The more we create, the more life gets created because we are the creator. Each one of us is made in the image of God. God, being the creator, has ensured that we are the creators. So let's create a life of magnificence. Let's create a life of bliss. Let's create the life as a master creator. In our 21 weeks of studies, we are now tuned into a higher self. Each one of us gets signals from a higher self for a yes and a no. Now, wherever we are leading, all we have to do is consciously or unconsciously tune into a higher self. Pose the question, is it worth doing? Are we on a better path? Are we on the right path? Or is it okay for me to do it? Whichever question is applicable, we clearly ask short questions without ambiguity. And definitely each question is answered by a signal from our higher self. All of us are the choice makers. We have two choices, whether to create our choice or whether to create what the universe wants us to create. And for this, all we have to do is tune inwards and find the right answer, the right vibration, and the right frequency that we need to resonate at. All of us are now clear in our vision, in our energy, in our alertness, and many, many new vistas and opportunities are opening for us, giving us memorable experiences for life. Gone are the days when we were fearful, limited, or judgy. Now we discover a vast sense of equality, oneness, comfort, abundance, bliss, positivity, and creation. We are now limitless and we are experiencing all things wonderful because no longer are any negative things enslaving us. We have purposely dreamt and chosen to be happy, to be wealthy, to be loved, to have successful projects, to have success in whatever we do, because each one of us is guided by a higher self and with answers to whatever we pose. We are all living in God's qualities. Now, each one of us knows what we are resonating with. We have now understood a sense of being unified with our higher self, being one for life. We're now on the correct path of manifesting our truest desires. We are now diligent in our thinking. Now we refuse for any illusionary behavior because we know where to follow, what to do, how to do, when to do. We get correct answers through signals that we have acquired in our initial days of learning. The future could be illusionary if we are not centered, balanced, and aligned, which we now are. We're using our thoughts to create a magnificent future, which is free of all negative emotions, which is full of all things positive. We are aware of everything around us. We listen, we smell, we taste, we feel, we hear. The thoughts of God are always in the present, and the thoughts of poverty are long gone because it's all about abundance. It's all about counting our blessings. The more we expand our thoughts of abundance, the more we count our blessings, the more our life expands exponentially. The more we start noticing goodness in others, the more good our life becomes. We are loved and we live a life of love. With our positive thoughts of love, we attract and we manifest experience of love, loving and being loved. This is the magic we creating as master creators after being unified in our journey. If anything negative happens unknowingly or knowingly, we can change it because we know now how to live in the present moment and how to manifest whatever we want. All of us are paying attention to the cues, to all the beautiful sensations, to the replies through our beautiful body, thanks to our higher self. Our intuition has become sharper. We are working on it even more now. And we notice there are physical changes in our body so easily. Whenever something negative happens, all of a sudden the sensation changes. Similarly, whenever something positive is about to happen, the body responds in a very beautiful fashion. Such are our blessings. Such is the connection. Because now we're grateful to our higher self and the Supreme Being for making us true masters of creation, where all we do is create success in health, in wealth, in love, in peace, in bliss, and ultimate abundance. Each one of us is safe and secure. Each one of us is protected. Each one of us lives in the world of bliss. And so it is. Let's bow our heads in gratitude towards our life. Janani Janma Bhumi Dharti Ma, universe, everything from heavens to earth below, with a big, deep round of appreciation, of gratitude. Let's all embrace an attitude of gratitude for life. Let's thank Adharti Ma. Let's thank our life. Let's thank heavens above. We can open our hands if we're comfortable in the abundance pose. Thank our beautiful body. Each one of us knows how to clear the negative energy in our body by keeping it clean, organic, whole, and complete. Each one of us is in a journey to find ourselves even more. Let us be people in progress, finding the ultimate truth. So it is. Let's hold our hands in gratitude. Rub them together, feel the energy flow. Press your head, your face, your neck, shoulders, arms, back, hips, chest, gut, legs, upper to lower. And let the energy in our body seep in, allow us to bless each other on this thankful Thursday. Let there be love, let there be light. Shelly, Pratima ji, Rima, and Radhika. Lots of love, lots of light. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prachi. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you. Thank you.
Shelly, see you soon. Pratima ji, Rima, Radhika will be missing you.
No, I'm
Rima is
coming, ma'am.
Rima is coming.
Rima is coming, Shelly is coming. So we'll miss Pratima ji and Radhika.
But
See,
we'll have a video call or something that we
Yes.
can see what's happening. That'll be wonderful. Prachi.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
For a while,
Where-
yeah, video call is possible, but otherwise, video call for just a 3 days retreat is not possible.
Not 3 days, but the main function, whatever the ceremony function. If we can
Ceremony, we are trying to do hybrid. Not sure, but yeah, we are trying.
Yeah, that'll be wonderful.
Thank you.
Where-
Thank you.
Thank
Excited to meet you, Prachi, tomorrow.
Yeah, looking forward
Excited to
see
meet you.
And we'll miss you,
Yeah.
Pratima, Auntie, and Radhika.
Yeah.
Miss you too. It was such a wonderful
miss-
occasion, but you can't help
know.
it. Priorities
yeah.
are.
Absolutely. All right, then. Take care. Lots of love. Bye-bye.
I'll get in touch
Bye-bye.
with you, Prachi, today. Anytime what you
Today,
say.
I will be driving to Rishikesh. So, yes, I have time and we'll be in touch. I
Achha,
leave
you're-
Delhi at 8:30 after my awakening class. So, maybe by
Okay.
9ish we can touch base.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.